Hi, I'm Dan Martell, serial entrepreneur, investor, and creator of SaaS Academy. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 reasons that startups fail. And be sure to stay till the end where I tell you how to get access to my idea to exit free mini course to help you start up right. I've been building SaaS businesses for over 20 years, and I've seen many reasons startups fail, and these are the 5 biggest ones. Reason number 1, market problems. When you're starting off and you're solving a problem, you need to figure out what market has the biggest pain that you're going to introduce that product to. And many startups do the opposite, where they start off with a technology, and then they spend time trying to find a problem for it to solve. And what you want to do is make sure that when you start your startup, that you find the market first, that you validate it first, that you talk to early adopter customers. Early adopter customers are special. They're people that have had the problem themselves and solved it in some unique way internally. It might be putting together some spreadsheet, some scripts. They hire a developer to build like an internal tool. When you find those customers, they're going to be the beginning of the opening of that market to really educate you how you should deploy your product into that. Reason number 2, business model failures. When it comes to building a business, there's 5 different types of financial models that need to be understood. Things like the operating model, the financing model. But at the end of the day, as you build your product, you got to figure out what's the price, how do I bring it to market, how do I service the customers, what does it cost me to actually deliver that value. And for many startups, they get hung up on the fact that sometimes they're not charging enough for the size of customers they're going after, and that kind of customer requires such an expensive sales process that they're never able to make the numbers work. Or they've got a technology that's just priced in a weird value stream where they're charging maybe a global site license to a company instead of doing a per user basis. So whatever it is in your product, you got to figure out what's the business model applied to that market, not just building the product, which is tough enough, not trying to figure out who has the problem, which is, again, another big area that's ridiculously hard, but figuring out how to structure the model and the business side of things to really make it grow. Reason number 3, poor management. You know, as I've gone out there, I've invested in about 30 plus companies. I've met thousands of SaaS and tech founders over the years. One of the things I've seen amongst those that succeeded and failed is the leadership team, the management team. The early founders were just incredible people. They were folks that could execute. I still remember this one time there was this rising star startup. 18 months in, they had hundreds of thousands of customers. And the reason they failed is because of co-founder infighting. Like, the business was actually great, but the 2 co-founders couldn't get on the same page in regards to the product roadmap. So when I think of the top reasons, poor management, lack of clear leadership, ownership, the idea of co-CEOs, it's so rare that that works. When you have 2 people accountable for something, you have nobody accountable for it. So really think about how you build the operating model from a management point of view, who leads, who's accountable, who's managing certain business areas, and make sure that you empower them to be successful, because poor management is a key area and one of the top reasons that startups fail. Reason number 4, running out of cash. Now, yes, you're probably going, duh, not having money is obviously going to be a reason I'm going to fail, and that's why I need to raise funding, or that's why I'm so scared because I only have so much in savings. When you think about it, it's not about how much money you have, it's about how you deploy that capital and in what timeline. You know, one of the biggest decisions a startup's got to make is, what's the constraints? If you only have so much money, what's the timeline constraints? What's the resource constraints? What's the feature set constraints that we could possibly build in that timeline? So it's not about capital, it's about capital management. It's understanding what are the milestones that we need to get done over the next 90 days to allow us to unlock either the sales growth or the funding opportunity for us to continue investing in this startup. So running out of cash, yes, is the reason that you're gonna fail, but how you get there is a decision that every founder gets to make. So be sure to manage those milestones, hit those goals so that you can unlock the next level of growth in your startup. Number 5, product problems. I've seen startups that have an incredible customer list. They have all the opportunity. They've got the management team. They've got everything going for them. But for some reason, they can't figure out how to get the simplest of features built. And even worse, they might actually have customers spending hundreds of thousands a month on their product, and they're still deploying buggy software. At a core level, a software business, a SaaS business, a tech business is code. And if you don't build a product management system and a continuous integration deployment system and the ability to manage your customer support and pay back some code debt and fix those bugs, then you're always going to be fighting a tidal wave. So I've seen over the years tons of startups fail, not because they didn't have the opportunity, not because they didn't figure out the business model, not because they didn't have the right leadership, although you could argue a lack of leadership is the reason why product process doesn't work, but the product problems will be the reasons that your startup will fail. To recap, number 1, market problems. Number 2, business model failure. Number 3, poor management. Number 4, running out of cash. And number 5, product problems. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I want to share an incredible resource called the Idea to Exit mini course. It's a 3-part series. The link is below in the description for you to download. I cover ideation, prototyping, team structures, fundraising. It's all there for you. Just click the link and get access to that. And if you like this video, be sure to click the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel. As per usual, I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next week. Kind of weak, eh? Yeah. Yeah.